Mercy is set in the near future where crimes are judged by a fetching AI judge, played by Beck Ferg Ferg, while the defendant is locked in an electric chair and given 90 minutes to use every resource available to prove their innocence. If they fail to prove their innocence at the end of 90 minutes, the chair fries them. And once the 90-minute timer starts, it cannot be stopped or delayed. You either get fried or you go free in 90 minutes. In this case, Chris Pratt plays a detective who's accused of killing his wife, and because he's a bit of a drunk alco, he cannot remember whether he did it or not, so he has to use the interwebs to prove he didn't do it. But was it any good? I'm here to tell you whether this film should be viewed on the big screen or at home on your TV, or should you just not even bother with it at all. Now, I can see why someone might greenlight this film at a studio. It seems like it's a really timely piece and it's reflecting on AI, and it's a fairly tight film with like a few set pieces, a couple of big stars. You could probably shoot the whole thing in a couple of weeks and have a second unit director do all the external shots. Makes sense. Chris Pratt and Beck are doing a good job of keeping you guessing throughout the film. Rebecca Ferguson is, because she's playing an AI, she's not necessarily that. Well, she has no personality, and it's hard, that's probably a hard role to play. But she's pretty compelling as a person, probably because she's so pretty. The issue with this film is not the acting, or even the directing. It's probably just that the film turns out to be a fairly standard affair. A few people have called the plot predictable. That was not my experience. I didn't see the ending coming, but to be fair, I do make an effort not to think too much in a film because I feel like it limits my enjoyment. The bigger issue is that it's just kind of an okay film, rather than like anything to write home about. That doesn't mean it's not enjoyable, but it does mean you're not going to remember it too long. It is not anywhere near as bad as the Rotten Tomatoes critic score of 24% would have you believe. And I will say this about it, the way they film the investigation of the crime while Chris Pratt is sitting in the chair is actually compelling. Because that's a tall order, trying to make a movie visually interesting and cinematic while the lead characters are sitting in one location, or in fact strapped into a chair, that's hard to do. And the wrong way to do it is last year's War of the Worlds, which was a giant bag of shit. I would say this film does it in the right way. Lots of zooms and videos and commentaries and body cams and shit. It's at least well directed on that front. It is not a boring film. And the runtime pretty much keeps pace with the real 90 minutes that's happening in the film. So that's good. And it means that the film doesn't outstay its welcome. I love a good 90-minute film. We all got shit to do. However, a couple of issues do creep in. For example, if the AI judge has access to all the facts and videos and footage and the proof, then why does she need Chris Pratt to be a detective and prove his own innocence? Can't the AI just do that? I mean, I guess this is a chance for the human to contest the AI conclusion, but you know, again, don't think too hard. Overall, by no means is this a terrible film, but it's also no great shakes. I'm going to give it a 55 out of 100, and my call is that this is reasonably entertaining. It's not a waste of time. Is it worth seeing on the big screen? No. I would wait to watch it on your TV at home, which means this is a stream. Have you seen this film? If so, let us know what you thought in the comments, and please consider giving me a like and a follow if you dug this review. See you in the next one. Splat.